Harris Heller, I think, offers this viewpoint that you can't discount how effective and how valuable it is to just chat sometimes. Because the whole point of Twitch is to engage with your audience. I hope that you guys feel like we're hanging out, feel like we're buddies. Hey, John, any tip to start in this world? Is a redeemed question from Kelthazar. Play, tinker, explore. I think I was just chatting about this. I really, really like capture the flag. Obviously, I think that's one of the best ways to learn. I think it's the most practical thing that you can do. It gets you hands-on. It gets you really in the mix. Oh, we lost our TryHackMe streak, guys. I'm super bummed because for the past weekend, for the past 4 days, I haven't been able to stream. And it was like right after we hit affiliate. I made a joke. I literally made a joke. It's like, oh, obviously, getting affiliate is just a whole giant cash grab. The only reason I create content is a cash grab. And it's a joke. I'm freaking kidding. But then like, oh, what a shitty look. What a crappy look to not stream 4 days after I... This room is called Attacking Kerberos, right? Yes, it is. Okay, cool. Subble Reamd. Oof. I've had so many Sublime Text windows open today as I've been prepping for ActivityCon. We put in a serious amount of work to make sure that the ActivityCon pregame would get set up for you. If you haven't registered, go play ActivityCon, please. Please, please, please. The pregame's on right now. I think I wasn't recording on YouTube for the entire 30-minute advertisement that I put in. It's the 13th of September. What place or resource do you recommend to learn Internet of Things cybersecurity? I have to punt that one, truthfully, and say Google. I'm kidding. I know that's an awful answer. I think there's a good No Starch Press book that's like literally all about IoT hacking. So I would absolutely put that one to use. If you aren't familiar with that one. We've got the machine deployed, and now we're going to be taking a look at the Attacking Kerberos room. It says this room will cover all the basics of Attacking Kerberos, the Windows ticket granting service. We'll cover the following. We'll do the initial enumeration using tools like kerbrute and Rubeus. We'll do Kerberoasting. We'll do ASREP roasting with Rubeus and Impacket. We'll do golden and silver ticket attacks, pass the ticket, and the skeleton key attack using Mimikatz. Jeez, gonna be doing a lot, ladies and gentlemen. This room will be related to very real-world applications and most likely will not help with any CTFs. However, it will give you a great starting knowledge of how to escalate your privileges to domain admin by attacking Kerberos and allow you to take over and control a network. It's recommended to have a knowledge of general post-exploitation, Active Directory basics, and Windows command line to be successful with this room. Cool. We start off. What is Kerberos? So I don't mean to read this entire thing to you verbatim, but that's what I'm going to do. maybe not all of this. Actually, this is a crap ton of text. Holy crap. But also for like my own learning, like for my sake, I want to go through this process. I want to have this experience myself. So, what is Kerberos? Kerberos is default authentication service for Microsoft Windows domain. It's intended to be more secure than NTLM by using third-party ticket authorization as well as a stronger encryption. Even though NTLM has a lot more attack vectors to choose from, Kerberos still has a handful of underlying vulnerabilities, just like NTLM, that we can use to our advantage. We have some common terminology, some words, some lingo, some vernacular that we might want to get familiar with. Ticket granting ticket. A ticket granting ticket is an authentication ticket used to request services from the TGS, or the ticket granting service, way down here. That offers access to specific resources from the domain. Okay. Key Distribution Center, KDC. The Key Distribution Center is a service for issuing TGTs and service tickets like an anticipated authentication service and the ticket granting service. This is going to be hard, guys. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be able to read all this. I'll read it in my head. I'll consume it just like this. Done. I've consumed it. Through osmosis, I have now learned everything that text was trying to teach me. Teal kind of saying, yeah, Kerberos has a lot of moving parts. I'm making light of this, but obviously this would be really, really worthwhile to get smart on. Duckbill's like, you are speed, John. This is obviously absolutely really, really critical. So I'm gonna bump around with this for a little bit. Forgive me if I lose some of the presentation and performer aura. Thank you, Kelthazar. Thank you so much for your subscription. Swedish Mask, thank you so much. Technopie says, yeah, I don't really recommend you doing this box if you're tired, because it's a long one. Well, you know what? We started the stream early. Maybe we can make it. Let's try it. Let's see how far we go. This is a lot of terms, though. Anyway, ASREC. Did we discuss ASREC whatsoever? Okay, so the authentication service. The authentication service issues TGTs, or ticket granting tickets, to be used by the ticket granting service in the domain to request access to other machines and service tickets. If you have a request, or an authentication server request step in Kerberos authentication, starts when the user requests a TGT from the KDC. KDC is Key Distribution Center. I'm fading. In order to validate the user and create a TGT for the user, the KDC must follow these exact steps. The first step is for the user to encrypt a timestamp and t-hash and send it to the authentication server. The Key Distribution Center attempts to decrypt the timestamp using the NT-hash from the user, and if successful, the KDC will issue a TGT as well as a session key for that user. Okay. I believe. I'm pressing the I believe button physically. Slick Pup Stream redeemed a highlighted message. The John Wick is the John Wick of cyber. I super appreciate that. Absolutely not. Keanu Reeves is infinitely better than me. In order to understand how the service ticket gets created and validated, we need to start with where the tickets come from. TGT is provided by the user to the KDC. In return, the KDC validates the TGT and returns a service ticket. Okay. So the TGT is provided by the user, and then the KDC returns it, or validates it, and then returns a service ticket. So having a TGT is totally kosher, but you have to have a ticket granting service. No. Returns a service ticket. Where is the service ticket in this? The ticket granting service. How is it? An individual asks the Key Distribution Center for a... Oh, no. The KDC has the AS and the ticket granting service. I follow. It's a big umbrella. KDC's our big boy with AS. I didn't mean to go there. Authentication service AS. Technopie, thank you so much for your subscription. Let me completely derail there. Ticket granting service, TJS. Those are both TIGs and AS. TIGs and AS are both inside of the KDC. What are we doing here, everybody? You didn't realize that TryHackMe was R-rated content. Yeah, exactly. Slick Pup Stream. All right, we're going to get this YouTube video demonetized real quick. Yeah, clearly we're very tired. Thank you, Nightwolf. Thanks for your motivational support. Anyway, let's continue. To understand how To understand how Kerberos authentication works, you must first understand what these tickets contain and how they're validated. A service ticket contains two portions, the service-provided portion and the user-provided portion. I'll break it down into what each portion contains. User details session key. Okay, so the service portion and the user portion. Validity timestamp session key encrypts with TGT session key. Kerberos authentication overview. There we go. We got a user. We got a boy. We got a fellow. We got an individual. They request a TGT. KDC comes together with his as and tigs, and he says, yo, you can have a TGT and a session key. And the guy says, all right, sweet. Thank you. I'm going to give you a request ticket and the authentication that I know. And KDC comes back with his as and tigs, and he says, sweet, man, here's a ticket and your session key. Specific to a service, specific to an SPN, correct? The service principal name. Yeah. So there are steps here, right? We have an ASREC authentication service request where we request an authentication ticket or a ticket granting ticket. The as response or as rep, as we might come to discuss more, the key distribution center verifies the client sends back an encrypted TGT. Now, with that TGT, the client sends the encrypted TGT to the ticket granting service with the service principal name of the service that they want to access, whether or not that is MySQL or FTP or any of those things. Yeah, Prism McMillan is asking, is the SPN a database? It could be. Yes. The key distribution center KDC verifies the TGT of the user, and that user has access to the service, then sends a valid session key for service to the client. That's the response. Rep. Response. I guess we're just forgetting the S in there. Another app request. Why is it app request? Whatever. I recommend you doing a diagram of Active Directory, John. Active Directory is messing. I mean, I feel like that. I feel like we got that right here, and obviously we're going to do some Bloodhound stuff when we get down to it. We've done a lot of learning and a lot of reading, but I think we're going to boil down to some actual tangible technical content here. The main ticket that you will see is a ticket granting ticket, and these can come in various forms, like a .kirby file or Rubeus, .kirby file for Rubeus, and a .ccache file for Impacket. Those are different forms that you might see. The main ticket that you'll see is a .kirby ticket. Again, we'll correlate that in our minds with Rubeus. A ticket is typically a base 64 encoded, and then you can be used for various attacks. The ticket granting ticket is only used with the KDC in order to get service tickets. So, undefined TTV is making fun of me. Ticket. Yeah. Yep. Especially when you say ticket granting ticket. Once you give the TGT, the server gets the user details, session key, and all of those things. Yes. Kerberos enumeration, no domain access required. Oh. So these are things that we could do, and these are what level of access we might need to be able to do those things. So if we're trying to enumerate with kerbrute, you could literally just you're just guessing. If you're using kerbrute, you're literally just hammering at the door and trying to see if anything comes back. So you don't need any sort of access to do that. You're just straight up guessing. You could pass the ticket, but you do need a domain user to be able to try pass the ticket. Kerberoasting, again, access as any user required. Why would you not need a domain user for that? Do you not need a domain user for that? I'm stupid. As Kerberoasting, access as any user. Golden ticket, full domain compromise, you would need domain admin. Silver ticket, you need a service hash, skeleton key, full domain compromise, domain admin required. I would totally need to just sit down and memorize a lot of this, not going to lie. To start this room, deploy the machine and start the next session on enumeration with kerbrute. This machine can take up to 10 minutes to boot. Well, it's a good thing we just sat here and did nothing. Just read for forever. And up to 5 minutes to SSH RDP. Wait a second. it takes 5 minutes to RDP in the machine. All right, let's do our homework here. What does TGT stand for? Rickroll, apparently, as I've decided to type on my keyboard. Ticket granting ticket. Smack that. SPN, Service Principal Network. You guys didn't believe me when I was service. You guys didn't believe me when I was speed reading all of this, but clearly Service Principal name. You guys, clearly I knew what I was absorbing because I'm obviously responding to all this. What does PAC stand for? I don't. I'm taking a complete guess. Nope. Stay in school, kids. Do you privilege attribute? I was way off. The Pac-Man privilege attribute certificate. All right, I'm gonna keep that in my mind, in my head. Attribute context. Submit. What the fuck? Certificate. This is a lot of scrolling. You guys are making fun of me now. I know you're making fun of me. All this thought that you thought that I had. What? Is there a space that I needed to have in there? What the fuck? Deploy the machine. Nah, dude, I can't do that one. Enumerate with kerbrute. Let's stinking go. All right, what do we got here? A lot of text. Kerbrute is a popular enumeration tool used to brute force and enumerate valid Active Directory users by abusing the Kerberos pre-authentication. For more information on enumeration using Kerbrute, check out the Active Directory run by Skooky. From now on, everyone should refer to Skooky as Skooky. You need to add the DNS domain name along with the machine IP address to etc. hosts inside of your attacker machine, or these attacks will not work for you. You friggin' idiot. Stupid Dumbo. Sudo nano etc. hosts. Password. Obviously my password is password. That's why I said it aloud. Guys. Abusing pre-authentication overview. By brute forcing Kerberos pre-authentication, you do not need to trigger the account failed to log on event. What? Oh, you do not need to trigger the account failed to log on event, which can throw up red flags to blue teams. Really? Oh, you don't. You just straight don't. Okay. When brute forcing through Kerberos, you can brute force by only sending a single UDP frame to the KDC, allowing you to enumerate the user's own domain from a word list. So, we should go ahead and swipe this tool. Kerbrute, I don't think I actually have a directory for it, so let's create one in opt. And then let's go steal this thing. We have a couple releases. I'm going to want Linux AMD 64. Hippity hoppity, your code is now my property. Move that download into here. That is an executable, is it not? Yeah, let's blindly trust things that I just downloaded from a rogue GitHub repository that I know nothing about. Oh, and I should probably move it into the directory that I wanted to put it in. Dumbo. I hope you guys are having fun. I hope you guys are enjoying my pain. All right, so we got Kerbrute, and it's a thing. It exists. Incredible. Okay. Great. Yep, make it executable. Cool, we already knew all that. We're watching Dumbo. Enumerating users allows you to know which user accounts are on the target domain and which accounts could potentially be used to access the network. Change directory in the directory that you put Kerbrute. Download the word list to enumerate here. Okay. You know what? I'll buy it. You know what? I'll take 12. Let's put that here. words list where users. They call it users.txt. Jamming the tunage right now. Okay, so they use kerbrute user enum tac DC, and you paste that in. Paste that in. Value Run says, John, we need to get Monster Energy drinks to sponsor your hack. I super appreciate that. I literally reached out to them. I literally emailed them, and I think I've actually shown that on Twitter. Let me see real quick. Actually, forgive me. I'm gonna. I don't mean to completely derail, but I want to try it. Twitter.com. John Hammond. Monster Energy. Am I going to be able to find it on GitHub? I don't think so. Oh, excuse me, on Google. I'm an idiot. Oh, crap. This is literally not important, and I'm super duper sorry. I might just bail on this idea. I tried is what I had responded to. Nope. Never mind. Bailing. Not important. Yeah, you guys can do your internet cyber stalking, and I'm sure you can track it down. Written says, we'll find it. Yep. Okay, kerbrute user enum tac-DC controller.local tac-d controller.local user.text. So we need to specify the domain controller itself. I'm assuming the domain tac-d and then user.text actually use it here. When we use kerbrute, we can see that here. tac-d for domain and tac-DC for the IP address. So let's use kerbrute user enum, and let's actually do this from the location. So I can use opt kerbrute. Whoa, kerbrute user enum enum tac-DC controller.local tac-d for domain controller.local, and then we need user.text /user.text. Excuse me? Users. Plural. With an S. Okay. Please do things. Vortex Hayes, thank you so much for the follow. You're the best. Is it doing it? Is it going? How long is this supposed to take? Controller.local, controller.local. Let me do a quick, what would help? You guys know what would really help? Let me tell you what would really help. It's really nothing. It's not a whole lot. It's not really important. It's not really all that necessary. But if you run it again, then it should work. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna quit. For those of you that missed, I just connected. I just connected the VPN. That's all. All right, how many users do we got here? How many valid usernames do we got? Let's check it out. I am going to paste this into Sublime Text. Hit Control A to select everything, and then Control Shift L to create multiple cursors, and then move around with the Control arrow key so I can move by word, so I can cut stuff out. So, needs to know how many users did we find? We found 10. What is the SQL Service account name? SQL Service, appropriately named. You can submit that. What is the second machine account name? Machine 2, also appropriately named. What is the third user account name? Now I'm going to go on a limb here. I'm just going to take a guess. This is just an educated guess, but maybe it's user 3. Holy crap. I can see the future. What's next? Now we're doing Rubeus, bro! So I have used Rubeus in OSEP, and it is absolutely necessary for offensive security experienced penetration tester. And considering that I have that certification, one might think that I'm actually a relatively decent experienced penetration tester. I'm not. I'll be the first to admit. It just takes me a little bit of learning, just takes me a little bit of thinking, just takes me a little bit of experimentation. But we're SSH'd in, you know? Rubeus is a powerful tool for attacking Kerberos. Rubeus is an adaptation of the Kakao toy, developed by Harmjoy, the very well-known Active Directory guru. That's correct. He's a smart cookie. Rubeus has a wide variety of attacks and features that allow it to be a very versatile tool for attacking Kerberos. Just as many of the tools and attacks include overpass the hash? Whatever. Ticket requests and renewals, ticket management, ticket extraction, harvesting, pass the ticket, ASREP roasting, and Kerberoasting. The tool has way too many attacks and features for me to cover all of them, so I'll only be covering the ones I think are most crucial to understand how to attack Kerberos. However, I encourage you to research and learn more about Rubeus and the whole host of attacks and features here. Rubeus is already compiled and on the target machine. Cool. Just for my own smarticles, I want to make sure that I do actually have a copy of Rubeus. So if you go to the GitHub repository, you can check out the releases, and there is a very, very recent one. Oh, actually, August 2nd. Is this already compiled, or is it just going to give me the source code? You might have to compile it itself. I think there are a handful of tools that you can find, like Ghost Pack compiled binaries. Yeah, this is it. Ghost Pack compiled binaries. And it'll just give you the updated Rubeus. Okay, and that actually has it from 9 days ago. So I'm assuming that's going to be the latest version. I'm going to download that just so I have it. And I'll make a directory for Rubeus. And I'll move that here. So it is a mono assembly. Do I have ILSpy CMD? I don't. Is it going to tell me the version number? Regardless? No? Let me see if it'll just display it anywhere. Rubeus. Not going to give me a version number. I don't care that much, not going to lie. Let's get back to what we were doing. Yep. Yes. Oh, Sharp Collection probably has it from Flangvik. Good call, Nightwolf. Thank you so much. Does he keep track of... What the 6 minutes ago? Flangvik! Bro, are you online right now? Are you watching the stream? I really like Melvin. Update that no one asked for. Having a Monster Energy drink with dinner was not actually a good idea. Totally agree, Rittenhouse. Alright, let's log in. We are logged in. So let's move into downloads, which is we do know... Oh god, I'm in command prompts. God, I want to die. We have Rubeus.exe. So if we were to use Rubeus.exe, you could harvest and look for TGT6 ticket running tickets every 30 seconds. I should really be taking notes on this room. I kind of created this README and I didn't really do much with it. So... Kerbrute. Oh, he has up with Azure pipelines. Talked about it in a recent stream. Nice. That's pretty awesome. Yep. Yeah. Someone, folks, you could just switch to... You could just switch to PowerShell if you wanted to, John. Like, that's a very, very, very valid point. Whoa. Whoa. So the thing about Kerbrute that we should keep in mind is that This does not require any local account access. You could just do that as any user, is the takeaway. And then we could brute force potential users, and that was kind of slick. You could harvest tickets with Rubeus. Now we're getting into Rubeus harvesting tickets, so let's do that. Rubeus. Harvesting tickets with Rubeus. So the syntax was /rubeus.exe, and then it was harvest, and it was /interval:30, I believe. So every 30 seconds. And can I control L to clear my screen? No, I can't. Stupid. Can I CLS? Slap that in. I am not in PowerShell. Why am I not in PowerShell? I still can't use control L. Oh, I can use control L now. Oh, and I've syntax. We should have been in PowerShell all along. Did you make any challenges for ActivityCon this year? Absolutely, Eclipse. Yes. I made, I think, like 25 challenges for ActivityCon this year. I almost think more than half of the challenges are mine. Or, I don't know. Nightwolf is saying, hey, I'm heading out. Thanks so much. Make sure John doesn't fall asleep on stream. There's potential. There we go. Rubeus is firing up. Excited for ActivityCon. Thank you so much. If folks don't know, anyone that's tuning in and listening, you should go register for ActivityCon. Let's see. Did we get any new users? Don't show the game. Oh no, this is actually fine. We got like a couple new users. Not a lot. Go register. Go play. Okay. So Rubeus should be going. Oh, and there he goes. We caught it right in time. He found a ticket. Now, this is not outputting to a file. I would really like it to. We see a controller from controller 1, but... Oh, we also see an administrator controller. Is that a local user? No. Administrator at controller.local. Controller 1, which we know is the domain controller, right? Are these tickets the same? MDMX 0FM. MDMX 0FM, yep. We got a few more. Controller, administrator. These look like the DC. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Rubeus can both brute force passwords as well as password spray account user accounts. Jeez 'em. Okay, Rubeus. You do you, buddy. When brute forcing passwords, you use a single user account and a word list of passwords to see which accounts work with that given user account. In password spraying, you give a single password, such as password 1, and spray against all the found user accounts of the domain to find one which may have that password. Nice. This attack will take a given Kerberos-based password and spray against all found users and give a .kirby ticket. This ticket is a TGT, ticket granting ticket, that can then be used in order to get service tickets from the Key Distribution Center, KDC, as well as used in attacks like Pass the Ticket. Before password spraying with Rubeus, you need to add the domain controller domain name to the Windows host file. You can add the IP and the domain name to the host file from the machine by using the echo command. You just redirect it in just like that. Okay. This is essentially doing the same thing that we did for the etc. host file in Linux, but now we're doing it on Windows. Windows stores it in C, Windows System 32, drivers, etc. host. So slap that in, and let's type or cat that out now just to verify. Oh, what the funk? Oh, it's probably adding the stupid new line. God, I hate Windows. Yeah, it's added etc. hosts. There we go. Can I not? I can't. There we go. It did not add that because I was very likely in Windows. Oh, no, in Linux. I literally forgot the S. That's why. Oh. 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 IFYSEC, LFYSEC, I'm not positive, has redeemed a highlighted message. Says, hey, John, I've been doing CTF for a while, and tomorrow I'll start my first cybersecurity job. Nice. Congratulations, my friend. That's fantastic. Congratulations. Ooh, Swedish Mask is telling me to use / outfile hashes when necessary. Yeah. Congrats, dude. Everybody's in the chat. Loving it up, dude. Rev it up for Lifisec. I'm sorry I'm butchering your name, but congratulations, dude. That's fantastic. Congratulations, person. Yeah, PowerShell is stupid. You can't control you. I agree. I have butchered this etc host file now, apparently. And I'm really upset. So I can't do a quick and easy edit in that. So I'm just going to RDP into it and try and fix that crap. But I don't know if that's a local again. Yeah, it is. IRL James, thank you. Thank you for gifting all these things. You're incredible. 0x Lenser is asking, what's the best note-taking app in Linux? Personally, I really like Obsidian. That's just me. Bravo Charlie. I think someone changed the password on sudo box in activity pregame. Good call. I don't know if that is a shared container or not. I will have to go review. Thank you for letting me know. Anyway. CMD. Command prompt. Why is it so slow? Can't zoom in because this is garbage. Whatever. Let's just freaking notepad this. Notepad C : Windows system 32 drivers etc. hosts. All right. Let's fix this friggin' nonsense. 10.10.10.16.191. And then controller dot local. There we go. Let's keep our RDP open in case we need it, but I really don't want to have to use that because it's disgusting. M Alpha's looking into it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. With that said, once we have that set, you can move into downloads and then use Rubeus brute with a given password and then no ticket. This will take a given password and spray it against all found users and then give the .kirby ticket for that found user. Oh, aye. So let's steal that syntax again. But it is just brute and then the password pass in very command line-esque way. So, /Rubeus. Hey, hello? What the fuck? Where did my Rubeus go? Where is Defender on? Did Defender just kill Rubeus? Let me check the. No. It's off. What? Cloud delivered protection, though. Automatic sample submission. You just ate Rubeus, dude. I'm really upset. It did say one threat found. Yeah. Can I see my threat history? Kakeo! Nice, dude. All right, let's submit a bug report to TryHackMe. Excuse me, Ben. Excuse me, Skitty. Excuse me, Darkstar. Yes, sir. I'd like a bug bounty, please. Bounty, please, sir. I have found a bug, and I request 40 crypto coins. Anyway. let's just drag our Rubeus script to the machine, which is 10.10.16.191. I actually remembered that this time. And it's in users, administrator, downloads. And it needs the password, which is a bunch of stupid leet speak. So I forget that and don't want to type it out. Permission denied. Excuse me? Do I have a space? Oh, I have a space. Rubeus. There we go. Rubeus is back. All right, so Rubeus, brute, password 1, and then no ticket, right? That is the syntax. That is the password they wanted me to use, right? Password, yep, just 1. Do it. It didn't work. Rubeus.exe, brute / password 1 / no ticket. I feel like something else should have happened there. If I ping the domain controller, do you know what you are? You do. You do know what you are. Is that what we're supposed to do? I think what domain admin do we get a ticket for when harvesting ticket? Just the administrator, right? What domain controller do we get a ticket for when we harvesting tickets? Controller 1. But we should have found machine 1, but I didn't. Am I doing that wrong? Am I doing that wrong? No, the chat is just as weirded out as I am. Rubeus is a little too sensitive with the ticket formatting? I don't know. Well, the room tasking didn't ask me for anything about that, so if anything, I have learned that I can do that now, and that's really all that I need. So, okay, we're continuing on in a new large section. In this task, we'll be covering one of the most popular Kerberos attacks, Kerberoasting. Kerberoasting allows the user to request a service ticket for any service with the registered SPN. I feel like the chat gets in the way. I'm going to cover the chat with nothingness. There we go. Okay. Because I want you guys to be able to read. Am I still getting the tickets from earlier? No. Was I supposed to? Halloween? Was I supposed to like keep toggling those for some reason? Or was I supposed to save them? I don't know. Anyway, you guys can scream at me if that works, please. Kerberoasting allows the user to request a service ticket. Can you guys not change the quality? No, for some reason it won't let me. Stupid Twitch. Could be a different version of Rubeus. Maybe. That's it. I don't know. Let's move on. Kerberoasting allows the user to request a service ticket for any service with the registered SPN or service principal name and then use that ticket to crack the service password. If the service has a registered SPN that can be Kerberoastable, however, the success of the attack depends on how strong the password is and if it is trackable, as well as the privileges of the cracked service account. To enumerate Kerberoastable accounts, I would suggest a tool like Bloodhound to find all Kerberoastable accounts. It will allow you to see what kind of accounts you can Kerberoast if they're domain admins, and what kind of connections they have to the rest of the domain. That's a bit out of scope for this room, but it's a great tool for finding accounts to target. Oh, they don't do any Bloodhound in this room. Bummer. That's fine. In order to perform the attack, you'll be using both Rubeus as well as Impacket, so you'll understand the various tools out there for Kerberoasting. There are other tools out there such as Kakao and Invoke Kerberoast, but I'll leave you to do your own research on those tools. I've already taken the time to put Rubeus on the machine for you. Yes, I know. Kerberoast. We'll just dump the Kerberos hash of any Kerberoastable users. It just friggin' finds it. It just does it. Let's take note of that. Kerberoasting with Rubeus. So just got/Rubeus, Ruby, and then Kerberoast. Redeem my. Thank you for the redeemed message, Kakeo. And cheers from the Philippines. Thank you. Cheers from the U.S., my friend. Okay. Kerberos just does it. Kerberos for the SQL service. Incredible. And that is the .kirby file. Yeah. It uses an LDAP way to detect that, it looks like. And the controller, the HTTP service. Okay. Cheers from Hong Kong. Excellent. Cheers from the US, my friend. Cheers from Chile. Oh, you're the best, guys. Cheers from the US. Cheers from the United States. Okay, so we grab it for the SQL service, and that's what they get just as well. And then they want us to copy this hash. Ick. Oh, gross. Disgusting. Subble Kerberoast hash.txt. Let's try and clean this up, because we really don't need this first part. We also really don't need all of this white space. And then we don't need any of these new line characters. Yeah? So we have this big chunk. And then we wanted to crack this with hashcat. Create a modified Rocky order list in order to speed up the process. You can download it here, which is again this guy. So we'll store that. Well, actually, yeah, let's just grab all this. And we'll call that pass.txt apparently. So hashcat keeps track of all the different modes. And you just kind of have to know like what you're going to be looking for. Look in the big long wiki. If I want to look for a Kerberos type, this is it. AsRep unique auth has this structure. Let me zoom in super quick. But that, does that match what we have? No. Kerberos 5 TGS. And you can see that in the response here. So if we could go look for that example, the other one, Kerberos TGS. So we do want 1310. That's a little bit more of the explanation behind why they just chose that mode. OreoByte is telling me, oh, there's a hash chart in the man page. Sweet. I should keep that in mind. Thank you. And then you says apply TAC A0. What is TAC A0? Do I even have hashcat? Not gonna lie, I don't think I do. Hashcat. I am in a VM, so it's kind of disgusting. But I should probably actually, use it. So let's make a directory for hashcat. Let's move it from the down. Hey, thank you so much for the bits, Mr. Crumbs. You're the best. CollabCat would also be a better option. Ghost is chiming in. You're totally right. We should be using CollabCat. How do you get a GitHub terminal? I don't know what you're following. I don't know what you mean. Hashcat. That's it. 7ZE. Hashcat. There's a lot of stuff it had to churn out there. This is all of the stuff. Is hashcat just going to work? Hashcat.bin? Hashcat.sh? Was it? Did I just like download the Windows one or something? Hashcat.sh. Not gonna lie, I should really use CollabCat. And I see some folks asking about. I mean, yeah, you could apt install CollabCat, or excuse me, you could apt install Hashcat, but if you do that, then Oh boy. Oh boy. CollabCat makes it so clunky though. CollabCat is absolutely better. You should everyone's telling me you should definitely use CollabCat. I wish I had a streamlined setup for using CollabCat. I've literally only used it once in Throwback, and I was like, this is incredible. This is the best thing in the world. But go to the link below to open a copy of CollabCat file in Google Colab. Click on Runtime, Change Environment Runtime, and then Hardware Accelerator GPU. All right, let's friggin' do this. Let's get smarticle. Here we go. I know you can't read it because the chat's in the way, but forgive me. Click on Runtime. Yep. Change runtime type. Yep. GPU. Yep. Already set. Go to your Google Drive and create a directory called .hashcat with the hashes subdirectory where you can store hashes. Am I... See, this is... I don't like having to have to open this like within Google Drive. That sketches me out because I don't want to show anything relatively important. Whatever. Maybe I don't care. Let's just go to Google Drive. We'll hide my face for a moment. You don't have to. Xghost is saying you don't have to go to Google Drive. Oh, I think I actually have a .hashcat file already in here. I have a hashes and the rules subdirectory. Yeah. Hashes. Oh, I just need to drop stuff in there. You should probably not use your main Google account while you're streaming if you're worried about leaking possible testing. You're totally right, IRL James. You got me. You caught me red-handed. Yeah. Yeah, let's not. Let's not. Because it is worried about tokens and stuff. So let's just friggin' apt install it. I'll eat my words. Thank you so much for the follow, InfoSec House. Make a not John Google and a not John GitHub account. I totally should. Hashcat. Let's commit the worst crime by installing Hashcat from the repositories. It's even worse than installing John the Ripper from the repositories. I feel so sinful. Ugh. I tell people all the time, dude, you should never install John the Ripper from the repositories. You should always be using Jumbo John from the repo. From the GitHub repo. Anyway. What are we doing? Let's do some Hashcat. Let's do some Hashcat. TACM13100, TAC A0, Kerberos hash. And then it needs to know the pass.text. Okay. Oreo says, please tell me why not apt install Hashcat. So, yeah, I guess I just I mean, IRL James is actually offering the point that I would actually argue against. It's not always safer to get the source code and compile it yourself, because I think the repos are meant to be the more trusted and more reliable and safe option. But Ilfisec, or again, however I pronounce your name, apt is not always updated. That's the more I'm concerned with, especially for John the Ripper, where you have practically nothing that, John the Ripper would package with. All the good stuff in the run directory. Why are you worried? Hash file on line 1, token encoding exception, no hashes loaded. What's wrong? What's the problem there? Octomini, thank you so much. Yeah, that would be fantastic and wonderful if you'd be willing to share the TryHackMe script. Kerberoast hash.text has everything that it's supposed to have. Kitten Zizix, thank you so much for the sub. That sounds so Twitch. What is this error? I'm token encoding exception. No hash is loaded. A tidbit. Oh, Mr. Crumbs has a really good thought. A tidbit I learned a while ago that changed my life is that hash ID tag JM will give you the modes formats to use with John and hashcat for the given hash. That's actually incredible. Yeah, you're right. Thank you for all the effort you put in YouTube. It's one of my favorites. Thank you so much, Viable Clan member. Looks like random space in the hash. It might be. Do you need to insert a hash into Kerberos hash.txt, or have you already done that? I already have. Technope is asking what pregame. That is the HacktivityCon CTF. CTF.ActivityCon. You should totally go play. You should absolutely jump in. Can we get John Hammond to do Twitch e-dating? I am taken, unfortunately. IRL James is asking, wait, is he single? No. Do I have spaces in this? I fucking do have spaces. What the F? Why are there spaces in that? Oh my God. Slick Pup Stream, what system are you running there? 24 cores from Crapstreak. Yeah, I have a Threadripper, not gonna lie. Yes, I had to do it, been waiting for you to get affiliate. Thank you so much. See, this is the sketch because I'm inside of a VM. I can tell it tac force, but I feel like it's just gonna get a kernel panic. Oreo is telling me tac D1. What is that? Oreo byte tac L find device or hashcat tac L find devices. Is that a thing? I'm learning Oreo cat or tac D1. Whoa. Capital I. I follow. Is this what you're telling me to do? Tac I. Yeah, hashcat doesn't play well with CPUs. Right. And I follow that. Low order bit is asking, how'd you get that dope command prompt? This is the pure prompt in Z Shell. So could I just tell it to use D1, except it might complain because it's a CPU? Yeah, and it'll whine. Will it run with TAC D1 CPU? No. I can tell it to force, but it might just, cripple the box. So let's do it anyway because it's fun and we're on stream. Don't cause a kernel panic, please. Please don't kernel panic. Please don't blow up everything. YOLO. Yeet it. You guys in the chat know what's up. Tac force always works. It's actually not. It's actually not starting. It's actually not kickstarting what hashcat should be doing. You guys are all worried about the stream dying. Oh. There we go. Okay. Hashcat just crunches through it. My password 123 number. That goes the other way, dude. All right, so we figured out the password. Great challenge, everybody. Now crack that hash. Crack that hash. It's like the extreme makeover home edition. Like, move that bus. Crack that hash. Impacket releases have been unstable since 0.9. Oh, now we're just moving on to Impacket, by the way. We're just cruising. Let me take note of that before I forget. Cracked password.txt. My password 123. Thanks, hashcat. Let's go do some Impacket. Do I actually have Impacket? I do. Question is, what version am I using? Let's check the change log. This looks like 0.915. I've been having issues with hashcat inside WSL. I truthfully wouldn't want to use hashcat inside of WSL, personally. Bono's Tech, thank you so much for the follow. Arav is asking, John, did you install Oh My Z Shell? No, I didn't actually. I just installed the syntax highlighting for the commands because I like that much. Yes, but I am using the pure prompt in Z Shell. Thank you so much, Walter, for the follow. Okay, they're telling me to use 9.91. I don't exactly want to. So Kerberos with Impacket is get user SPNs. And we know that machine 1 theoretically had this password. However, we were not able to track that down and find it ourselves. Which is actually kind of frustrating, and I don't know if I want to follow through with that. OreoBite says, seems like you need a cracking rig you can SSH into locally. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Anyway. Sorry, I was, you don't need root privileges for Impacket. Oh, I mean, it depends. Anyway. Sorry, I was distracted reading the chat. What can a service account do? After cracking the service account password, there are various ways of exfiltrating data or collecting loot depending on whether the service account is a domain admin or not. If the service account is a domain admin and you have control similar to that of a golden or silver ticket, you can now gather loot such as dumping the ntds.dit file. If the service account is not a domain admin, you can use it to log into other systems and pivot or escalate, or you can use that cracked password to spray against other service and domain admin accounts. Many companies may reuse the same or similar passwords for their service or domain admin users. If you're in a professional pen test, be aware of how the company wants you to show risk most of the time. They don't want you to exfiltrate data, and they'll set a goal or process for you to get in and show risk inside the assessment. Kerberos mitigations. Strong, secure service passwords. Yep. Don't make service accounts domain admins. Makes sense. So we cracked the password for the SQL service one. Let's do it for the HTTP service one just as well. What we had done was get the HTTP service Kirby file hash. Am I saying that wrong? Am I misrepresenting that this is a Kirby TGT? Let's just remove every single white space character. Die. Thank you. So HTTP service dot text. We could just as easily use hashcat again on that. HTTP service, and we'll let hashcat do its thing. I know it's going to whine. Actually, never mind. Totally cracked it. Nice work. So HTTP service was summer 2020. HTTP service and SQL service. That thing. Yep. All right. Yeah. How you guys doing in the chat? How you guys having fun hanging out? Oh, now we're doing ASREP mitigations. Okay. Very similar to Kerberoasting, ASREP roasting dumps the KRB ASREP 5 hashes of user accounts that have Kerberos pre-authentication disabled. Unlike Kerberoasting, these users do not have to be service accounts. The only requirement to be able to ASREP roast the user is that the user must have pre-authentication disabled. We'll continue using Rubeus, same as we have with Kerberoasting, and harvesting, since Rubeus is a very simple and easy to understand command to ASREP roast and attack users with Kerberos pre-authentication disabled. After dumping the hash from Rubeus, we'll use hashcat in order to crack the KRB ASREP 5 hash. Gotcha. There are other tools as well for ASREP roasting, such as Kakao and Impackets to get NPU users. Rubeus is easier to use because it automatically finds ASREP roastable users, where as with NP users, you have to enumerate the users beforehand and know which users may be ASREP roastable. Rubeus is already on the machine. Great. Sudik is asking, hey John, how are you doing? I'm doing okay, buddy. Thanks so much for asking. It's Jimo's like, Kakao! Is your GitHub repo mounted as an NFS? My NFS is mounted and I have a GitHub repo in it, if that's what you're asking. During pre-authentication, the user's hash will be used to encrypt a timestamp that the domain controller will attempt to decrypt to validate that the right hash is being used and is not replaying a previous request. After validating the timestamp, the KDC will then issue a TGT, ticket granting ticket, for the user. If pre-authentication is disabled, you can request any authentication data for any user, and the KDC will return an encrypted TGT that can be cracked offline because the KDC skips the steps of validating the user is really who they say they are. Ah. Okay, so Rubeus makes this incredibly easy by literally just running as reproast. So let's take note of that. So that is just rubeus.exe and then literally as reproast. As rep toast, if you know what I'm saying. Clear the screen, please. Do it. Already found stuff. Okay, LDAP makes it super easy. It found admin2 as an as reproast available user. Same thing with user 3. So admin2 is going to be much more interesting. We could realistically just do the entire process that we now know from what we just did. So let's remove all the white space. And then do, we'll call this admin2.text. Oh, I named that wrong. Let's move admin2 with an actual X in TXT file. Abracadabra says, I'm lost. I'm just studying little bit by little to program a baby practically, but I'm having fun. Well, thanks so much. I appreciate you jumping in and hanging out. We also should grab user 3 because I'm going to assume that they're going to ask us for that. Let's also remove all the white space in that, and let's call that user3.text. And as OreoByte had told us, we could just man hashcat and see the mode. Will it give me the mode chart? Do I just have to search for like chart or list? Where is it? Oh, there it is. Way down here. So a bunch of hash types. Does it give as many examples as the Wikipedia page? No, it doesn't. Bottom. It's down there. Yeah, I see it. I just... You know? I like having the examples that I could quickly search for. You're good, you're good. I was just curious. So we can just use this one. If we look again for Kerberos, as we had previously, we have the Kerb5 as rep, and that was 1820. Kerb5 as rep. There are a lot of these. Kerb5 paw, but as rep is only rep, so that should be 18200. Yeah. So let's use that. Let's use 18200 on our admin 2 and see if we can get that to work. Oh, Liffysec, thank you so much. Signature is unmatched for that mode, so that was clearly wrong. We want Kerb5 as rep. What was wrong with that? That's literally it. E-type 23? Is that what's missing? What mode are they using? No, they're using 1823. Oh, you have to insert. Ugh. Why? I mean, I get it. You know, I'm not going to whine. I'm not going to complain. But I'm going to whine and I'm going to complain. So we add the 23 in there. Okay. Go. Hashcat figured this out and be like, I'm done. Finished it in a second. Did it all for you. Thank you so much for the gift sub, guys. Seriously. I do mean it. Let's see if Hashcat can do its thing. Done. Cracked nice and easy. There's the password displayed right there. So what hash type does Kerberoasting use? Which user is vulnerable? So that's user 3. And that was admin 2. Admin password was this. Let's do it for the user. Should be user3.text. And hash type that AsRep3 using, it's Kerberos. I see it here. Kerberos 5 etype 23. Is that what you're asking for? Ew. Where does it? Is that not discussed in here? What specific format are you looking for? Kerberos 5 something type 23. Remove the comma? Well, I mean, removing the comma, it's still missing a word somewhere in here. Let's check the man page for Hashcat and see if it will just tell us. For 18200? That we did just use 18200. Did we not? 18200. It's literally not found on the man page. Okay, that's not helpful whatsoever. AsRep. It's in the screenshot. Kerberos 5 AsRep etype 23. I follow. I just don't like it. There you go. Okay. So what is his password? Password 3. So user 3's password was password 3. Dunzo. Pass the ticket with Mimikatz. We got another hour. Let's do it. Thank you everyone for telling me. Look at the friggin' screenshot, John. I appreciate that. Now we can finally use Mimikatz. So Mimikatz is a very popular and powerful post-exploitation tool, mostly commonly used for dumping user credentials inside of an Active Directory network. However, we'll be using Mimikatz in order to dump a TGT, or a ticket granting ticket, from LSAS memory. This will only be an overview of how the pass the ticket attack works, as TryHackMe does not currently support networks. But it does now! I challenge you to configure this on your own network. Ilfisek says, hey, this community is one of the best in cybersecurity, not only for the content that John Hammond does, but for the support of everyone together helping us. Thank you so much. Oh, that's super sweet, guys. I love you. Thank you. How do we still have 150 people hanging with us? That's absolutely insane. We're just goofing. All right, you'll run this attack on the given machine. However, you'll be escalating from a domain admin to a domain admin because of the way the domain controller is set up. You know what? I dig it. We can deal. Pass the ticket works by dumping the TGT, or the ticket granting ticket, from the LSAS memory of the machine. The Local Security Authority Subsystem Service, LSAS, is a memory process that stores credentials on an Active Directory server and can store Kerberos tickets along with other credential types to act as the gatekeeper and accept or reject the credentials provided. You can dump the Kerberos tickets from the LSAS memory just like you can dump hashes. When you dump the tickets with Mimikatz, it will give you a .kirby file, again, the Rubeus representation, which can be used to gain domain admin if a domain ticket is in the LSAS memory. This attack is great for privilege escalation and lateral movement if there are unsecured domain service account tickets lying around. The attack allows you to escalate to domain admin if you dump a domain admin's ticket and then impersonate that ticket using Mimikatz pass the ticket, or PTT attack, allowing you to act as that domain admin. You can think of a pass the ticket attack like reusing an existing ticket, but we're not creating or destroying tickets here. We're simply reusing an existing ticket from another user on the domain and impersonating that ticket. That's a long read. Anyway, we've got Mimikatz. So Mimikatz is going to require administrative command prompt. We have the credentials. It's stored in the downloads folder. And privilege debug will patch and kind of modify our LSAS memory access. And then we can use secure and tickets export to export all the Kirby tickets into the directory that you're currently working in. At this step, you can see all the base 64 encoded tickets from Rubeus that we would have harvested earlier. All right, let's do it. So we'll get back into our SSH. We got our boy Mimikatz here. And we'll use privilege colon debug. Is that right? Or is it colon debug? I'm stupid. No. Privilege colon without spaces. I don't have these memorized off the top of my head. Okay, cool. We've used the privilege to patch that memory access. And then we can use securelsa. Curlsa, however you want to say that. And I think it's tickets, it said. And then /export. Nice. That's a lot of stuff. Okay. Let me ls the current directory, and now I have a bunch of stuff present. Did it eat Mimikatz? Oh no, it just didn't show it. Okay, so we got a crap ton of stuff stored in memory. And one of these is going to be a different administrator user, right? So I am currently running as administrator, but I want a different administrator. We all have these .kirby files. Which is the one that I want? OreoBite is still asking, is Windows Defender on? Nope, we turned it off. Swift Liege, thank you so much. Super appreciate you subscribing. It's Gmo says we want 1595. Okay. That gives us the administrator at the Kerberos ticket granting ticket and the controller. So let me read about why we would want that one. They tell us right out here. When looking for which ticket to impersonate, I would recommend looking for an administrator ticket from the Kerberos ticket granting ticket, just like the one outlined in red above. Technopies is saying, if this would be a real hack and a silent situation, this would be dang noisy. Yeah. Now that we have our ticket ready, we can perform a basic pass-the-ticket attack to gain privileged domain admin privileges. You can use Kerberos pass-the-ticket to run this command inside of Mimikatz. With the ticket you've harvested from earlier, it will cache and impersonate the given ticket. Ugh, that is an absolutely disgusting file name. So I'm going to simply rename that real quick, if that's totally cool with you. Let's just move that to admin.kirby. Oop. I literally called it Kirby. Hello? Kirby? Kirby? Admin? Kirby? The Furby. Hello? What did you do? Did the ticket not... Did it not do it? Why? Kirby. Hello? Why are you not moving it? Yes, I know it's .kirby with an I. OreoBite is asking, are you running PowerShell on Linux? I am SSH into the victim target. Yeah, Technokai, I know, I was memeing. The file does not want to be renamed. Is that because it's not owned by me? Because it's like, it used Mimikatz elite hacks? I don't know. How are they validating that they are who they say they are now? They're using klist. So klist right now tells us that we're the administrator at our current host. But if we were to go use Mimikatz, Mimikatz, and then privilege colon debug, let's use Kerberos. Kerberos PTT, and then the name of the ticket. So slap in this thing. Okay, it should theoretically be loaded. And then if you were to exit out of Mimikatz, now run klist, we should see that we have nothing new. Oh, no. We have this Kerb ticket. Is that different from the server that we had previously? Why is it not showing me that? Did I not literally just use Kalis? Oh, it just completely clobbered it. Okay. Dang, I really would have liked to have seen if there was a definitive difference in what I had done there. Like, I'm sure that I did. I'm sure that it is different, but that would have been nice to have the sanity check. To verify this, we can look at the admin share. Ooh, that's a good idea. So let's go to 10.10.160 or not 116.191/admin. Wow. Wow. So we can read the admin share. Note that this is only a proof of concept. To understand how to pass the ticket and gain admin, the way you approach using the password ticket may be different based on the kind of engagement you're in. So don't take this as a definitive guide of how to run the attack. Yeah, no, I follow. In OSEP, for the offensive security experience penetration tester, I actually use Rubeus to perform the pass the ticket attack because they have a /PTT argument, and then it makes it pretty handy and nice and easy. And because Mimikatz is often, like it lights up. It's pretty risky. So I use Rubeus previously. I understand how it works. Let's talk blue team and how to mitigate these type of attacks. Don't let your domain admins log into anything. Yeah. Just don't use a computer anymore, guys. I mean, realistically, this is solid. This is sound advice. I'm making fun of it, but don't let your domain admins log into anything except a domain controller. Absolutely. Zero trust buzzword. Artificial intelligence, machine learning. Deploy cryptocurrency as part of your domain controller. Mimikatz is a very popular and powerful post-exploitation tool, most commonly used for dumping user credentials inside of an Active Directory network. However, we'll be using Mimikatz in order to create a silver ticket. Nice. A silver ticket can sometimes be used in engagements rather than a golden ticket because it's a little more discreet. If stealth and staying undetected matter, then a silver ticket is probably a better option than a golden ticket. However, the approach to create one is exactly the same. Thank you so much for following. Circles retweet. Circles RT. I said retweet out of Tilkind is memeing. Yeah, if you have a local admin on any box, you can access all the tickets. So if a domain admin is logged onto your box, stuff's messed up. Andy approves. Is that a thing? Is there a TryHackMe room where you can make the box mine crypto? No, I think that would be very frowned upon. Personally, just my opinion. I could be wrong. We'll have to ask Skitty. Hey, Darkstar, bounty, please. That would be funny, though. Mine crypto on the attack box. Yeah, nope. Key difference between the two tickets is that a silver ticket is limited to the service that is targeted, where a golden ticket has access to any Kerberos service. Specific use case for a silver ticket would be that you want to access the domain SQL server. However, your current compromised user does not have access to that server. You can find an accessible service account to get a foothold with by Kerberoasting that service. You can dump the service hash and impersonate your TGT in order to request a service ticket for the SQL service from the KDC, allowing you access to the domain's SQL server. I need a drink. Stand by. We're good. Pinpointer's like, sponsor. In order to fully understand how these attacks work, you need to understand what the difference between a KRB TGT and a TGT is. A KRB TGT is the service account for the KDC, the key distribution center that issues all of the tickets to the clients. If you impersonate this account and create a golden ticket from the KRBGT, you give yourself the ability to create a service ticket for anything you want. A TGT is a ticket to a service account issued by the KDC, and you can only access that service. The TGT is like from the SQL service ticket. That sentence did not make any sense. Yep, moving on. Gold and silver attack. Did the music stop? Have we exhausted all of the music options? I think we have. Start again. Ugh. All right. A golden ticket attack works by dumping the ticket granting ticket of any user on the domain. This would preferably be a domain admin. However, for a golden ticket, you would dump the KRBTGT ticket, and for a silver ticket, you would dump any service or domain admin ticket. This will provide you with the service domain admin's account SID or security identifier that's a unique identifier for each user account, as well as the NTLM hash. You can then use these details inside of Mimikatz to create a golden ticket attack or to create a TGT that impersonates the given service account information. Okay. So, yeah. If we were to use Elsa dump, Elsa inject name, KRBTGT, this will dump the hash as well as the security identifier or the SID needed to create a golden ticket. To create a silver ticket, you need to change the /name to dump the hash of either a domain admin or a service account, such as the SQL service account. Ah. Okay. Okay. So we do this all in Mimikatz. Let's do it. Because I am running out of steam. So let's get to it. Golden, silver, ticket attack with Mimikatz. And let's just steal the syntax here. And I have a question from Ghost in the chat who's asking, John, did you make the commonplace challenge? So, check this out. If we go to any challenge in the HacktivityCon CTF, it's got a little author tag. And anything that says John Hammond is made by me. I'm teasing. I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm not trying to be a pretentious asshole. But yes, that's one of my challenges. So let's have some fun. You guys want to actually have a little tease? I hope you don't mind. Let me do something wacky. Let's move into HacktivityCon 2021. Yeah? Yeah? Also, let's move into the Jeopardy challenges folder. Because you guys want to see some magic, really interesting stuff. Let's do a Python 3 library list. And then we can list for any event that we might want to be hosting. Obviously, we're hosting HacktivityCon 2021. Right now, we're working with the pregame. And I'll show you some behind-the-scenes leet stuff. So this is us listing out all of the material that we might use or the challenges that have been set up for the pregame. We display this in a little rich chart. So you can see the status of whether or not it's been in development, etc. The name, the display name, category, vulnerabilities that are present, and the author, and what event we might have it in for. So, pretty cool. So those are some things. With that said, if we turn this to raw mode and we can pipe the count, we can see how many challenges that we have in here. 27. Yeah. The spider is getting freaked out. Hide the what? Hide the vulnerabilities? No, dude, these challenges are already up in a bit. I will, however, not show you what you will see for the official game, but I will show you how many challenges we have. Currently 53. Yeah. Currently 53. Currently 53 challenges for the official game. Maybe more when the time comes. With that said, we also can see what sort of categories we might be up against. I'll just give you a little bit of a tease. I'll give a little bit of a leak. Matt, I'm surprised you're still hanging with us. M Alpha. Let's see how many challenges in each category you might be interested in. We see a significant amount of steganography challenges, a whopping 0. And these numbers are subject to change, obviously, right? But Matt had a solid question. Hey, how many challenges are in total in this library? Let's remove the entire event filter, and let's do a W count, a word count. This is going to take a long time to return. Never mind. Almost 500. Almost 500 challenges in our library. So hire me, hire us, give us money, pay us. Just let us host CTFs for you, but you have to pay us. So we got a significant amount of training value that we can bring to the table. So you guys thought I was joking around. You thought I was kidding. You thought I was just joshing. Little did you know. All right, I should actually do this friggin' gold and silver ticket attack. We're doing this all with Mimikatz, right? So we're cheesing. But let's fire up Mimikatz. Kakeo. I kind of just want to walk through the motions right now, not gonna lie. Let's use Elsa dump and then pour things out for Elfisec. How much to host for CTF depends on a lot of things. We have a cost calculator, but depending on like, hey, if you want to run like 60 challenges for a weekend, the number goes up. Not gonna lie, very, very truthfully, I think we gauge, we aim to make it a reasonable price for a organization, you know, like for a company, that we'd like to be putting this on for stuff for teams and businesses that want to like amp up their security chops. So, all right, we found the SID for the user. Leo Desdi, thanks so much for the follow. Welcome everybody. Thank you so much for the gift subs. Ghosts, you are throwing them out there, and I super appreciate it. Thank you. Anyway, let's do a gold and silver ticket attack. So we know we should be able to figure this out, right? We have all the pieces now because we were able to find the SID. So the SID, KRBGT, and the ID. Where's our SID? Had our SID displayed up here. There is a post in user voice for Twitch that is asking to put cybersecurity as a category on Twitch, says Mr. Crumb. Yes, I voted for that. And I think we should have everyone else vote for that just as well. Okay, this is the command for creating a golden ticket to create a silver ticket. Put a service NTLM hash in the KRBT slot, the SID of the service account of this kid, and change the ID to 11303. To show a demo of creating a golden ticket, it's up to you to create a silver ticket. Oh, follow. Okay. So ID 500 and the KRBD TGT is what we need to put in there. That needed an NTLM hash, did it not? Yeah. So the NTLM hash we display. Oh, shoot. We did that for this guy. We want it for SQL service, do we not? Oh, we need to use inject. Right? Yeah. So if we want the NTLM hash of this guy, that's what we'd slap in there. Correct. And the administrator NTLM hash, we do the exact same thing. Oh. For administrator. And that will return their NTLM hash. Perfect. And we could create a golden ticket by adding those things in there. Oh. And I won't run that syntax, but you can see that present there. You just slap in the KRBDT hash, the NTLM hash that we just saw, and the ID for 500 being the admin administrator. Mr. Crumbs, thank you so much for sending the link. Yes. Crons is asking, is this XFCE? Yes, I am using XFCE. Blackwing is my domain, is asking, is this privilege escalation to get a domain controller? Yes. We're right now doing some gold and silver ticket stuff with Mimikatz, failing at it, but having fun. You could use the silver ticket to work with a service account. And they actually discuss how you could use other machines in here. MISC-CM command prompt will open a new elevated command prompt with the given ticket in Mimikatz. That will require you to have RDP. That will require to use actually remote desktop protocol. Wow, 1,800 votes on that user voice forum on Twitch. That's fantastic. We should absolutely get more on that because I would love to create a category for that. Okay. Kerberos backdoors with Mimikatz. Whoa. Oh, this is skeleton key. Okay. Let's read through this and then let's start to wind this thing down. Along with maintaining access using the golden and silver tickets, Mimikatz has one other trick up its sleeves when it comes to attacking Kerberos. Unlike the golden and silver ticket attack, Kerberos backdoor is much more subtle because it acts similar to a rootkit by implanting itself in the memory of domain forest, allowing itself access to any of the other machines with a master password. The Kerberos backdoor works by implanting a skeleton key that abuses the way the as request validates encrypted timestamps. A skeleton key only works using Kerberos RC4 encryption. The default hash for Mimikatz skeleton key is this, which makes the password Mimikatz. Ah. Thanks so much for hanging out, Hexit. Great to hang out with you. This will only be an overview section, will not require you to do anything on the machine. However, I encourage you to continue yourself on other machines and test using skeleton keys and Mimikatz. We should play with that sometime soon. Yeah. Luffy Sek is saying, hey, look at the time for the machine. You just have 25 minutes. You should add an hour, I think. We're just about to wrap this up. Not going to lie. We're at the very, very end here. Hey, Scene Films. Doing great. Okay. Yes. Mimikatz can do this after privilege debug. Skeleton key with Mimikatz. You can use MISC skeleton, and then it does it. Wow. Okay. If you access the forest now, you can use the default credentials Mimikatz by using the admin share of the domain controller, user administrator. The share will be accessible without the need for the administrator's password. That's awesome. DIR with any machine account, Mimikatz. Easy. That's crazy cool. The skeleton key will not persist by itself because it runs in memory. However, it can be scripted or persist using other tools and techniques that are out of scope for this room. I think the mayor, I think Joe Helly, the mayor, put some stuff on that. He had a recent YouTube video that showcased some of that. I don't know exactly what he covered. So in fact, let's find out. Before I go to YouTube, I will have my screen. And then let's look to see what he had recently updated. Joe Helly. He's got his wonderful PowerShell for pen testers course. Did he recently upload? I don't see it. Oh no. I thought it would have been. I thought I saw it somewhere, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he wrote a blog on it, or maybe he did something, but meh. Doing some like domain persistence for maintaining access to an entire compromised Active Directory. Pretty cool, pretty awesome. Let's check out the conclusions. Goodness, there's a lot of reading and resources. We've gone through everything from the initial enumeration of Kerberos, dumping tickets, past the ticket attacks, Kerberoasting, Azurep roasting, and implanting skeleton keys and gold and silver attacks. Yeah, there's a lot. This is kind of a fire hose, right? Encourage you to go out and do some more research on these different types of attacks and really find what makes them tick and find the multitude of different tools and frameworks out there designed for attacking Kerberos as well as Active Directory attacks as a whole. Yep. I agree. I'd like to tinker with this more, but this was a very, very fun walkthrough. You should now have the basic knowledge to go into engagement and be able to use Kerberos as an attack vector for both exploitations as well as privilege escalation. Know that you have the knowledge needed to attack Kerberos. I encourage you to configure your own Active Directory lab on your own and try these out. Trushal redeemed a message. Hi, Hello. Thanks for coming to say hi, everybody. Black Wings is my name is asking, is this a paid room? It sounds like it. Only subscribers can deploy virtual machines in this room. That's a bummer. A lot of good resources. Very, very good stuff. Let's hit completed here, and that is the end of that room. Goodness. Been hanging out for a long, long time. Hanging out for an hour and 40 minutes for that room on its own and its recording. We somehow got a 2 complete streak now because we were across 2 days. That's really funny. And that is done. That is finished. We can wrap that up. I will probably tune out on the recording, and then for the stream fellows and friends and folks, we can start to wind this thing down. But thanks so much for hanging out, everybody. YouTube. Everyone say goodbye to YouTube. Goodbye, YouTube. See you later, YouTube. We'll see you in the next video. Probably the next day. Probably whenever. Thanks for hanging out, YouTube. Bye, YouTube. Look at the chat. They're saying, I love you. Goodbye, YouTube-san. Nani. Bits. Thank you, Mr. Crumbs. What a way to end it.